Remember, you are not copying it down. You are simply checking if you did it right. It is being recorded. If you wish to copy it down, you will do that on your own time. There is A, B, C, D on the multiplying, and there is A, B, C on the dividing. D is at the bottom. I'll show it in a sec. Just put an X by any one that you have wrong so you can go back and check it later tonight. Just look at the yellow. If it's you don't have that, just put an X by it and go back to it later. Because this has been recorded, you can see the work later on your own time. And there is the bottom two. There's the D. She flipped the wrong term. That's the right answer. And of course, they are reciprocals of each other, which makes sense because she flipped the wrong term. All righty then. So tomorrow, you will do work on today's lesson, which I'm about to give you, which will take us to the end of the day. And you will have a quiz tomorrow on this stuff, not on today's lesson, because today's lesson is adding and subtracting. Okay? Everybody good? All right. Please turn in your books to page 171. Now, I'm about to talk to you for 45 minutes. Everybody have a stretch. You're not leaving the room. I don't want 75 people leaving the room. Have a stretch. Chit-chat with your neighbor now. Get it out of your system because I'm about to talk to you. And we are about to do the most difficult thing that you have ever had to do in math, which is add fractions. Except those fractions are now rational expressions. Okay? So the scariest thing that you have to do in math, which is add fractions, what almost none of you can do very well, now we're going to do it with this stuff. So take a moment. Gather your thoughts, talk to your neighbor now, crack your knuckles, stretch your back, do what you need to do, because you are going to need to pay attention. Okay? Go. Now you're intelligent young people. Multiplying and dividing rational expressions was exactly the same as working with fractions, right? So adding and subtracting rational expressions must be exactly the same as working with fractions, right? Okay, so if we were to do, what? It is not plugged in. The microphone is now plugged in.
Okay. Sorry.
It is the in the same way as fractions. Now, just to remind you of that, let's do one. 3/7 plus 8/9. Obviously, we cannot add those. Of course, we need what? A common denominator. What is it? How did you know it was 63? Because you did 7 times 9. Now, sometimes there's a smaller one, right? Right? Like, for example, don't write this down. If I did thirds plus sixths, could you use 18? Yeah, but you could also use 12. You could also use 6, right? So you got to be careful there. But for the most part, you can always do it by multiplying the 2, yes? So, you know that the common denominator here is 63, right? How did we get this to 63? So what do we have to do to the partner? Multiply it by 9 to get 27, yes? And how did I get this to 63? So what do I multiply that by? To get 56. All of you know how to do this, right? In your sleep. Agreed? All right. Well, what if I wrote it this way? I know that my denominator is going to be 7 times 9, yes? Right? This guy has the 7. What's missing? So this guy needs a 9, right? This guy has the 9. So what's missing? The 7. Everybody cool? Right? Okay. So if we finish this off, 56 plus 27 is 86. 83 over 63. Yes? Everyone agrees? Okay. Come to here, and I know what's missing, right? So all I do is 27 plus 56. It's the same thing. And I leave my 7 and my 9 down there. Now, when they're numbers, they become 63, yes? Right? Because 7 times 9 is 63. But if they're not numbers, if they're algebraic expressions, can we put them together? No. So, what we do for rational expressions, first thing we do is we decide on our LCD, lowest common denominator. 2, we put everything over that. 3, we simplify. Now, simplifying so far has only been canceling, yes? Right? So far, that's all we've done. But now we're adding and subtracting. Agreed? So we also may have to add or subtract polynomials. Everybody cool? So the first 3 here are very easy. Why? They already have a common denominator, don't they? So this first one, we don't need to decide on the common denominator, do we? Because we already have it. So what is it? B. So everything is over B. Now I have 2a minus a minus 1. What is 2a minus 1a? A. And what is minus 1? Plus 1. Over what? B. And I'm done. Except, what do I have to remember? B can't equal what? 0. Everybody cool? Easy one, yeah? Okay, look at the second one. Do we have a common denominator? What is it? X plus 4. What is my numerator? 2x plus 8. So have I decided on my LCD? Yeah. Have I put everything over that? So now it's time to simplify. Is there some simplification you can see there? We've added and subtracted our polynomials. Is there any more simplification we can do? What? 2x plus 4 over x plus 4. Now what? Now we cancel again. And what's left? 2. Everybody cool? Now, of course, x cannot equal negative 4. Now, if you're in doubt, of course, you can check it, can't you? What's the easiest number to check it with? 0, right? So, this is 0 over 4, yeah? Plus, this is 8 over 4, yeah? What is 8 over 4? 2. What's 2 plus 0? And what was our final answer? 2. Does everybody understand? Now, it's not going to stay this easy, obviously, right? Let's check this next one. What's my common denominator? Decide on it. It's x minus 2, yes? So that gives me then x squared plus 3x minus 10, yes? Any canceling? Not yet, but is there any more simplifying I could do? Where? I can factor the numerator because it is x plus 5 and x minus 2 over x minus 2, isn't it? Now what? Cancel those x minus 2's, and what's my final answer? X plus 5. Is everybody good? Yeah? Because when the denominators are already common, it's pretty easy, right? I mean, it's like doing 3/4 plus 5/4, right? It's super easy. We're all good, yeah? Everybody? Okay. What's happening in 4? Yes, it's hideous, isn't it? First thing that's wrong with 4, this. What's that really? 2x over xy plus 4 over x squared minus 3 over 1. Everybody cool with that? Everybody cool? Okay. What's the first thing we need to do? What is it? What's the easiest way to find a common denominator? The way you all found it with 9 and 7. You're going to multiply them together, right? Okay. So it's going to be x and xy. Agreed? Everyone agreed? Okay. What part of the denominator does that guy have? xy. What's he missing? The x, right? Oh, sorry, yeah, x squared. Sorry, thanks, Jacob. He's missing the x squared, right? So this guy needs x squared. What part of the denominator does this guy have? What's he missing? He's missing the xy, yes? And what part does this guy have? None of it, right? So what does he need? He needs x cubed y, right? Because that's what this would be. Everybody cool? Right? Okay. So what is 2x times x squared? 2x cubed. Plus, what's 4 times xy? Minus 3x cubed y. Agreed? Okay, do we see any factoring anywhere? Pardon me? We can factor an x out of the top, can't we? And I would get what? 2x squared plus 4y minus 3x squared y. Everyone agree? Over what? What's coming out of this? Can I bring an x out? Leaving me with what? X squared y, yes? What do you see here? Cancel. Am I done? Does that factor anymore? Does that factor anymore? Am I done? There's no more simplifying to do, right? Okay. So let's look at 5. Five, Jacob will tell you, looks hideous, yes? But as always, we can often make things that look bad look better by simplifying, yes? So what is our first step to simplifying usually? Even before that, factor. Does anything in this factor? What? Agreed? What is our common denominator? Y plus 2, y minus 2, right? So, does this guy have everything he needs? So do I need to multiply anything up here? No, because he's already got what he needs, right? Just like if we were doing 1/3 plus 5/6. Our common denominator is 6, isn't it? So this guy didn't need anything. So we leave it as 5. So we're going to leave this guy as y squared minus 20. Agreed? Plus, what does this guy need? What's missing here? So what does this guy get? Y minus 2, which ends up as y squared. Oh, shoot. I want that black. Y squared. Keep going. Plus 4. See, you guys, you can't forget how to distribute here. What is y times y? What is y times negative 2? What is y times negative 2? So that's negative 4y. And then what's 2 times 2? Please tell me you're not forgetting how to distribute, because it's going to make math difficult. Now what should we do? Especially up there. I would simplify that. What's y squared plus y squared? 2y squared. What's negative minus 4y? What's negative 24 plus 4? Or negative 20 plus 4? Over y plus 2, y minus 2. Now what? What's coming out of the top? 2, y squared minus 2y minus 8 over y plus 2, y minus 2. Any more factoring? Where? What's that? Y plus 2, y minus 4 over y plus 2, y minus 2. Now what? Cancel, cancel. And what am I left with? 2y minus 4 over y minus 2. What should we have checked for right here? NPVs, what are they? Plus or minus 2. Please notice how much work there is. Now, are there shortcuts? There are. Am I going to show them to you? No. Because that is the entire problem with this. You people have been taught so many shortcuts, you don't know the right way to get there. Figure your own shortcuts out. I'm only going to show you the way to get there. Let's look at 6. Oh my... Bleh. What can I do with 6? What should I do with 6? What part of 6 made me barf? The denominators, because they're ugly, but what can we do with them? Factor them. Isn't that x plus 3, x minus 2? And isn't that x plus 3, x plus 1? Okay, so what's my new common denominator? X plus 3, x minus 2, and x plus 1. Because I need all of them in my denominator. Right? Thanks, Hina. What's missing from that guy? X plus 1. So what does he need? X plus 1. What's missing from that guy? So what does he need? X minus 2. That is x squared minus 1, yes? Agreed? Minus, what's that? See if you guys can do that one this time without messing it up. Minus 4x plus 4, yeah? Now simplify. What's x squared take away x squared? It's not a trick question. 0. What's negative 4x? 4x. What's negative 1 minus 4? Over. Are we done? You want to expand that bottom? I don't. Even though Sir Mix-a-Lot would want us to expand the bottom. Get it? How many people got that joke? No, you're just hitting your desk. Did you really get it? No. How many people got that joke? 2 of you? Harprop, I think you get all my jokes. You just don't want to fuel the fire. Sir Mix-a-Lot. Baby got back. Expand the bottom. Nothing. Sir Mix-a-Lot. Baby got back. The song about women with big butts. We call butts bottoms. Jacob wants to expand the bottom because Jacob is expand or die. You just got it now. Excellent. All right, are we all good? Thank you, Indigo. That's all I'm asking. All right. Holy crap. Try. Look how much space I've given you. Just talk about 7 with your neighbor for a second.
Hold on a minute.
Isn't this like way
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a common denominator. It's over the same thing.
Kind of. All right. Let's talk. Why does this bother you? Because it's a fraction over a fraction, yes? Okay. So, isn't this, what does that red line mean? Divide. So isn't this 1 plus 1 over x divided by x minus 1 over x? Isn't it? Okay. So now, what should I do with that and that? Starts with an S, ends with a Y. I should simplify it. What's my common denominator here? X. Agreed? Does this guy have an X? No, so he has to multiply by X. Does this guy have an X? Yeah, so he doesn't need to change, does he? So that is X plus 1 over X, isn't it? Everyone agree? Okay. Divided by, what's the common denominator here? X. Did this guy have an X? As the denominator, did he? So what does he need? X, which is x squared, yes? Did that guy have a denominator of an X? So does that guy need an X? No. Now, doesn't this look like what we've spent the last 3 days working on? What do I do because of that? I reciprocate. So that becomes x over x squared minus 1. Now what? Factor x plus 1 over x times x over x plus 1, x minus 1. Now what? Cancel, cancel. Where else? Oh, I like to cancel in red. Cancel, cancel. Where else? X plus 1, x plus 1. What's left? 1 over x minus 1. It looks gross, but was it really? I mean, this is just adding a fraction, yeah? It really was easier than the other ones, wasn't it? Thank you, Jacob. That's where I'm going, what I'm going for right there. Is everybody good? All right, now listen to me and listen to me closely. Page 173 and 174. All right? What? What? Oh, are we getting stuff? Yeah! No.
Wow. Oh, this video is only there.
What way would you want to go? I want to go up, like, with a shotgun on my face. Like, if someone was blasting a shotgun on my face, my face on I want to win a better war.
And look, I don't even care. It looks so good. I'm having gluten. Don't tell my wife. You're on the phone with her right now. Actually, it would be more trouble if you told my daughter. My wife is like, you're an idiot. Don't do it.
Hello, Mr. Obama.
But my daughter gives me a super hard time.
My great uncle's not supposed to move because he's got a problem with his leg, and both his daughters are nurses, and they give him a really hard time when he gets on his bike.
Oh no! It's still recording. That's okay. My wife doesn't watch the videos.
She'll watch this one just for you.
No. All right. Where was I? Oh, right. Yeah.
I have a question.
What?
If you're doing free, can you drink alcohol?
Distilled alcohol. Spirits, hard liquor.
Yeah.
And cider and wine.
Apple cider.
But no beer. And thank you, ladies. And you know all those Mike's Hard Lemonade and things? In the States? No, because they're flavored beer. But in Canada, yes, because they're flavored vodka. Anything else? Okay. All right. Listen up. Today, you're working on, for the next 11 minutes, page 173. All right? Tomorrow, well, we're going to stick with this for a while. By the end of Friday, we are going to be finished 176. Okay? Everybody good? Tomorrow, you're going to write a quiz on multiplying and dividing. Hokey dokey? Oakley dokley. This was pretty hardcore. If you feel you need to take 10 minutes off right now, you have my blessing. Remember, though, tomorrow is a short day, right? Tomorrow is only hour blocks. Yes, but the pep rally doesn't affect any classes. It just makes them shorter. Tomorrow you have only a 1 hour block and you are writing a quiz on multiplying and dividing. Right? Sometimes that can be a lot of work. Everybody good? Yeah. Damn it. I should have taken extra croissants. Yeah. With your phone? Uh-huh. Yeah.
10 minutes off, you said.
Uh-huh. These might be gluten-free.
What are they?
Muffiny things.
Banana bars. Banana bars, yeah. I'm not sure if the real banana bars are gluten-free though. Are they? But the ones that some guy in New York tampered with are. And they're still good.
It's not. A lot of baked goods, you don't need flour.
Yeah.
Gluten-free brownies are better. There are gluten-free waffles.
Interesting.
Because when you make waffles or pancakes, you're not supposed to stir the batter very much.
No, you're not.
Why?
I never did actually look
When
into
you
why.
stir flour and liquid, you develop gluten. And gluten makes waffles and pancakes gummy. So if you use gluten-free flour, there's nothing to get gummy. They're light, airy, and lovely.
Makes sense.
Especially the waffles.
Definitely.
There used to be a restaurant in this town that on their menu they had, we have gluten-free waffles. And one time I said, hey, I want a gluten-free waffle. And he said to me, because he knew I was actually gluten-free, not choosing, he said, shh, they're all gluten-free. Everybody at that restaurant was getting gluten-free waffles.
You just had it on the menu just cuz. Yeah.
Oh, I got cherry yogurt.
I'll have it if you don't want.
Oh, here. Cherry.
I can't tell you how many times I've had yogurt.
Hina, why did you do this grade 10 slope quiz? That was your rough scrap paper.
Wait, I'm having.
You want me to mark it for you just in case? Okay. And you appear to be missing a page of your test. The page with the bonus questions on it.
You took it away from
wait.
me.
I didn't take it away from Hina.
Oh, okay.
So Hina, you didn't do these two questions. No, these two. They're inequality questions.
Wait, I think something's wrong with this yogurt. It's not going.
It's Greek yogurt. It's very thick. That's how the Greeks do it. You know what's interesting about Greek yogurt? A lot of people do not know this.
I can just get a sponge. I just need a microwave for like 3 seconds. Nothing's going on. What's gonna happen? It's all
Each of these is 10. So the Ferris wheel is going to be like that, right?
You can touch my phone. I've sensitive legs. I have sensitive legs. Doesn't matter.
That is 22. But the Ferris wheel is 10. Or 20. Sorry, the radius was 20. So I drew it wrong, but whatever. Right?
Start at 2. Yeah.
So, right? So the radius is 20. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the circle. Right? That's the center. But this is 20, but to the ground, because that's the thing that's holding it up.
So that's the thing is 20.
Yes.
How much force would be required to like shoot the zoomer all the way up to that?
Let's not find out, or you'll find out the force required to shoot you all the way to the ceiling.
I one student that took it the way he did, and he managed to dislodge it and went everywhere.
Now, of course, all of you are now going to go home. Mr. Myers threatened to throw ash into the ceiling. It got recorded anyway.
You have to say, you'll get somebody else to